The sixth most important security principle is that thoughtful design beats being careful every time. Let's talk about kids, and then we'll tie it back to security. Let's say you have toddlers, and you bring your toddlers to grandma's house, and grandma has like a million knickknacks all over the place. And your kids are toddlers, and they want to run around grandma's house because that's what they do in a place. They run around, they goof, they're that kind of toddler. Or maybe they're in that kind of mood. And you tell them, be more careful. Be careful. Can you just be careful? The first time you tell a toddler to be careful, they don't get it. They say, okay. They do not understand what it means. The second time, the third time you tell them, they still don't get what it means. They gradually piece it together because kids are smart. And they're making the connection between what's the common thread between all these times that you're telling them to be careful. And the common thread is usually you need to be thinking hard to make sure you don't do bad things. But bad things are like everywhere for a toddler. There's like a million rules they don't know. What's the difference between spilling spaghetti or the blocks getting knocked over or like messing up when they're mixing the cookie dough and spilling some on the floor and knocking over a tchotchke in grandma's house? Like, there are levels of seriousness here, and they don't get them. They don't have the context. They don't understand why breaking a heirloom at grandma's house is worse than getting spaghetti on the floor. And so you go to grandma's house, and they start running around because this is the one free path that they can run around in. And they want to be silly, and they want to bounce around. And you say, be careful. Careful requires work. It's extra effort that you are asking your toddler to do. And it's effort that they don't understand the value of. You are exerting influence to try to change behavior, but the context of why still eludes them. They don't understand why grandma has so many tchotchkes. They don't understand why grandma cares so much about them. They don't understand why it's a problem to break them. Can't you just get a new one? They don't understand why you care. Even if grandma cares, why do you care? You can't explain you're going to get written out of her will because she's a grumpy old woman. You can't explain that this was an heirloom that's 8 generations old. There's so much that you have to explain. And so you do a shortcut. You try to solve the problem by just telling them what to do instead of helping them understand why it's important. And like adults are the same way. It is very hard for us to understand somebody else's headspace. Why do you like collecting tchotchkes so much? Why is it such a big deal if one breaks? But we create like masks and ease this cultural transition, trying to get inside somebody else's head and care about what they care about, because that's fundamental to caring about them.